Hi there, I am Maria Janalyn Kilaw, a newly trained social media manager who aims to help startup businesses in promoting their business online. Today, I will be sharing to you one of the most important elements of any business, and that is branding. Branding is the overall experience that your customers perceive about your company. It is how customers recognize your product or service in a good or bad way. Now, what consists of brand? Let me share how or its several components. First one is brand definition. It is the description of what your business, who you are, what you are offering, and to whom. It is important to remember that your brand represents you. You are the brand. Your staff is the brand. Your marketing materials are the brand. To define your brand, you can basically start from coming up with a company name. Keep your company name short and easy to remember, preferably the name of your product or its service. After coming up with a name, you can begin with your logo. Your logo design must represent your brand core essence. You cannot make a logo that is not connected to what you are offering, your product or service. And do not choose from other company logo concepts. If you are not confident in creating your visuals, get the service of a good graphic designer. You can also create a text-based logo for your branding. Your logo does not explain. Rather, it identifies you, your product, or your service, which leads us to another component, brand identity. This is your USP or your unique selling proposition and how you can stand out from the competition. This includes the colors, the images, and other visual elements. This is also where the psychology of colors come in which you communicate the mood that you want your clients to feel. There is what we call the emotions of color. For instance, red represents passion, excitement, and danger. Blue represents trust, credibility, and coolness, and so on. Another aspect of your brand is the wording. Know the language of your audience or the market that you want to target. What is their dialect? Can they easily understand your company name or brand? The next component is brand values. This refers to the ideals that your brand represents. It is how your brand provides value, well beyond your physical assets. We also have the brand promise. It is your client's expectations, the experience your customer can expect to receive every single time they interact with your business. What do they say about your product or service or what you are delivering to them? That is your promise. The more you can deliver on that promise, the stronger the brand value you have in the mind of your customers. The next component is the brand differentiation. What sets you apart from the rest? It can be related to the physical characteristics of your product or service, the emotional response your product triggers, its presentation, the price point, which could be very high or very low, your brand story, and the customer experience of your brand as a whole. We also have brand experience. It is how your customers interact with your product. Examples are advertisements, which are targeted at a specific audience and created as an extension of the feeling and personality of the brand. Then, brand messaging, which consists of the words, tone, language, and other type of communication that forms the identity and voice of the brand. Lastly, we have the market position. It is the position in the market held by your product based on a calculation. The objective of market positioning is to establish your brand image in the minds of your customers. At this point, I'm going to share to you some parts of the elements of branding that I've already discussed so you can have a picture of how it is done. Hi there! Once again, your company's branding is essential in promoting recognition. In addition to the components of a brand that I've shared to you, there are also other things that you can do in promoting reputation and building relationship with an audience. And one of that is the Fascinate personality test. This is from the book Fascinate, which was discovered by Sally Hugshead. Now the question is, how fascinating are you? So the book Fascinate is a quick start guide that you can use in knowing your brand's top 5 most valuable traits. And the test will give you the answer to the question by discovering your brand's fascination advantage. Again, the 5 adjectives that you can use to describe your brand, the 4 marketing pillars you need to observe whenever marketing a product or service. And another is how the world sees you. So the test will give you one of the 7 advantages of fascination, or one personality that you can describe and build on so that you can establish your brand's image. So after finding your primary advantage, which could be innovation or passion, power, prestige, trust, mystique, and alert, according to or depending on your answer to the test, then you can now begin working on building and operating your brand and start projecting who you are and finding ways on how to fascinate your customers. Then the color combinations. Again, colors are very important aspect in your logo or in coming up with a brand. These color combinations will help in your brand identity and the emotions that you want your customers to feel, the emotions that you want them to evoke as they see and find your product. So those color combinations can be complementary, monochromatic, analogous, triadic, tetradic, warm, and cool colors. You can find more about this color wheel or the psychology of colors specifically on Canva. Now, another important aspect is the brand fonts. The use of brand fonts are essential as well in building your identity as a brand or product. You can use 3 to 4 brand fonts for your logo or brand name. And it is also essential in your tagline. So what is a tagline? A tagline is a short phrase that states a company's overall purpose. A tagline helps highlight a company's brand to the public. The most important aspect of a tagline is to ensure that it is memorable. So you can have your own tagline, and using the brand fonts, you also need to come up your own tagline. And these are examples of renowned companies bearing popular taglines and in which you are very familiar with. You can have your idea or come up with a concept out from these taglines and establish your own tagline and make it consistent in all your brand presentation, product advertisements, so that you can build your own identity and make sure that that tagline is in accordance to your brand values and brand promise. That's all for now. Hi. That's it, guys. The different components of a brand and how you can apply them in order to create a solid and positive impression among your customers. Thank you for watching and bye for now.